Carmen Lilith, aka the Yoga Witch. Thank you so much for joining me today as we dive into the Blue Moon in Sagittarius, some themes that we might be seeing come up during this time, some corresponding astrological events that are happening, some symbolisms behind this moon, and how you can utilize this moon's energy for your manifestations and to receive clarity. If you prefer reading to YouTube format, I also will have this linked below to my Substack, where I have an article that goes over basically the same things that we're going to talk about here today, just a bit more structured. So, to begin, what is a blue moon? Blue moons occur when two full moons occupy a single calendar month. Earlier this month, we had the flower moon in the sign of Scorpio, and now we are moving into the blue moon in Sagittarius. If you've ever heard the term once in a blue moon, you can kind of assume that blue moons offer a sense of rarity, of a once in a lifetime opportunity. And so it's important during this time to be open to receiving opportunities and potential. Blue moons spiritually represent rarity, heightened intuition, and a powerful cycle of either completion or life, death, rebirth, whatever that looks like for you. Blue moons also amplify standard full moon energy, so we see this with obviously intuition, but also with themes such as emotional release and amplified manifestation. Approximately a week prior to this full moon, we also see the sun joining Uranus in the sign of Gemini. So this is really amplifying the energy of change and perspective and completion of cycles. Blue moons are often considered to be the 13th moon in a year, which is a number that has historically and energetically been tied to the divine feminine, rebirth, and sacred wisdom. Now, this blue moon in particular resides in the sign of Sagittarius, transitioning from earlier this month where we had the flower moon in Scorpio, which helped to expose the deep inner waters of our subconscious and our emotions, and maybe even into our shadows. We see this transition from acknowledging the shadows into transmuting them and exploring the lessons that they have to teach us. Whereas Scorpio asked us to shed and release at the beginning of this month, Sagittarius is now asking us to show up in our power. Sagittarius carries an adventurous, truth-seeking, philosophical, highly optimistic energy. It is a fire sign, so of course it's intense passion, transmutation, change, it's quick, and it's a very action-oriented sign. This is also taking place during the lunar year of the fire horse, so the fire energy and the action orientation is very, very strong here. A blue moon in the sign of Sagittarius can be associated with freedom, expansion, and perspective shifts. This moon invites us to continue to fully release limiting beliefs, seek out honesty and personal truth, and align authentically with a higher purpose. It is a moment to take action towards creating the future that you desire. Maybe that looks like seeking higher education or researching a new topic, starting a new hobby, collaborating with a peer or colleague that you respect and look up to. Maybe it's even feeling called to fully commit to a path that you've been scared to commit to, but you keep feeling pulled towards. During this time, it is so incredibly important to outline actionable steps as opposed to just setting hypothetical goals with no real path to attain them. If you would like to get some more clarity on creating actionable steps and what it is that you're even trying to achieve, I will also be releasing a full moon meditation and journaling practice on the 30th, which is the night before the morning of peak illumination. So we'll see this moon peak at about 3:45 a.m. Central Time on the morning of May 31st. So this meditation will be great to do on the night of the 30th before going to bed and peak illumination. This is also a great time for launches, rebrands, new projects. This moon is really asking you to show up and show out, stepping fully into authenticity and leading boldly. Now getting into some of the symbolism behind this moon, we're going to start with the elements associated with this moon. First off, we obviously have fire because this is a Sagittarius moon, so fire is probably the strongest energy behind this particular moon. Fire emphasizes passion, bold action, willpower, drive, as well as raw, albeit sometimes brutal honesty. Next up, we have water. Water is the element of deeper wisdom, which I feel Sagittarius is a very wise sign. They always, and not even just wise, but a very curious sign. They always want to learn more. They want to know the why. And so I included water in this symbolism because it truly is, this moon truly is asking you to dive deeper into your intuition and into your inner wisdom, as well as to surrender to the flow of the path that you're feeling called towards. In Ayurveda, the elements of fire and water, when combined, are referred to as the dosha Pitta. Pitta is incredibly cleansing, and it's also incredibly purifying. So if you're feeling kind of lost right now, it's completely natural. You can utilize this Pitta energy to help you receive more clarity on what it is you need to be doing in order to live in alignment with your highest truth. Another Ayurvedic dosha that highly aligns with this moon is the dosha Vata, which is the combination of air and ether. Vata is a vastly intuitive dosha and has a deep connection to the divine and to their creativity and imagination. Vata really embodies free thought and psychic abilities even. It's also a very playful energy. This energy can be utilized during this time to ask your guides for signs or to help open your mind in meditation, as well as finding creative solutions to solve some of your questions or problems you may be experiencing during this time. Next up, let's get into some of the crystals that align with this moon. Crystals that align with either blue moons or Sagittarius can be utilized during this time, whether you're wearing them, carrying them in your pocket, meditating with them, cleansing or charging your space with them. However you like to utilize crystals during this time, here are some excellent options. First up, we have lapis lazuli. Lapis lazuli enhances Sagittarius' natural instinct for exploration of higher knowledge. You can carry this stone with you during this time to help boost authentic self-expression as well as clarity. If you're studying during this time, this is also a great stone to have nearby. Next up, we have amethyst. Amethyst is associated with the brow and crown chakras, both of which align deeply with this moon. This stone is excellent for meditation, dream work, as well as divination. So if you're going to be pulling cards for this moon, I highly recommend maybe even charging your deck with amethyst. Next up, we have citrine. Citrine amplifies the joyful, playful, enthusiastic nature of Sagittarius. Utilize this stone during this time to enhance manifestations, bring in some joy and play. And this stone is particularly aligned for manifesting abundance, prosperity, and maybe even some really big dreams that you've been having that you're just not quite sure yet how to achieve those. Next up, we have sodalite. Sodalite supports philosophical thinking and helps with expressing truths and revelations with clarity and authenticity. Meditating with this stone can help you to get clear on what it is that you're truly seeking and what you're feeling called to, as well as how to truly show up for that. Moving on from crystals, let's get into some of the herbs that you can utilize during this time. These herbs can be placed on altars, some of them can be made into teas, you can smoke cleanse. Again, whatever you enjoy using your herbs for, this is a great time, whether it be ritual or just having them around the house. Please keep in mind to discuss with a doctor or an herbalist before using or ingesting any herbs, as a lot of them can interfere with health conditions, medications, pregnancy, and breastfeeding, so please make sure to be mindful and safe when ingesting herbs. First up, we have rosemary. Rosemary is often referred to as the adventurous philosopher, which, if that's not Sagittarius, what is? Like, let's be honest. Sagittarius is the adventurous philosopher of the zodiac. This herb stimulates mental clarity and spiritual travel, and it also helps to protect your intuition. Next up, we have cinnamon. Cinnamon helps to ignite fiery passion and bring forward-facing action towards your manifestations. It is especially potent in manifesting abundance. One of my favorite ways to utilize this spice is on the first of the month, every month, which is perfect for this month because that's going to be the day after peak illumination. You will hold out your hand, put a little sprinkle of cinnamon in there, stand on the outside of your front door with the front door open, and just simply blow a handful of cinnamon into your front door to welcome in abundance into your home on the first of every month. Next up, we have blue lotus. Blue lotus opens the brow and crown chakras. It is an excellent herb for dream work, meditation, and opening your consciousness to receive messages from guides. This beautiful indigo flower helps to enhance your intuition as well as deepen your connection to higher consciousness. For the last herb, we have mugwort. Mugwort is deeply connected to the energy of the moon in general. Mugwort's scientific name is Artemisia vulgaris, which I think that it's extra poetic that it is named after Artemis, who is a moon goddess in Greek mythology. This herb is often used in witchcraft and spiritual practices for dream work, meditation, and helping you to open up to the spirit realm, as well as invoking psychic abilities. Moving on from herbs, we have some tarot cards that help to embody this moon. These cards can be placed on altars, meditated with, and you might even see them start to pop up in your readings around this time. First up, we have temperance. The centaur archer that symbolizes Sagittarius portrays a dualistic nature between animal instinct and human wisdom that I feel is similarly reflected in the Temperance Tarot card. This card is all about duality, balance, blending of opposites, as well as a higher quest for truth and meaning. Temperance helps to ground Sagittarius's explorative, adventurous spirit into everyday integration of wisdom and knowledge that is learned along the way. Next up, we have the High Priestess. I feel like this card deeply aligns with this moon, not just because of the 13 symbolism of the divine feminine and sacred knowledge, but also the deep waters connected to both the High Priestess and this moon regarding emotions and intuition. Priestesses are the seekers and keepers of ancient knowledge and wisdom. The High Priestess is highly intuitive and connected to universal truths. This card and moon together encourage you to dive past your subconscious into the deeper waters of inner knowing and intuition and your inner compass that has always been and always will be there to guide you. Next up, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Just like the phrase once in a blue moon, this card implies a once in a lifetime event or opportunity. Destiny, luck, cycles. We're seeing all of these themes at play here. The energy of this card and moon align to invite you to embrace change as well as new opportunities, and to use your inner discernment when making decisions about these opportunities that will present themselves to you. The last tarot card, I wasn't positive if I was going to include because I wanted to keep it to 3, but I feel like, especially because again, we're in the year of the fire horse, I could not include this card, and that is the Chariot. The Chariot tells you to grab life by the reins and to take charge and charge forward with bold, courageous action. Through bold action and willpower, you can confidently take steps towards creating your dream reality. 222 on the timer! Let's recap with a few final thoughts. Over the next lunar cycle, you may notice yourself feeling called towards new opportunities, paths that keep resurfacing, ideas, truths, new perspectives. And a lot of times it can feel really overwhelming and create a sense of lack of clarity. It is incredibly important to tune in and to listen to your intuition, as well as to make an actionable plan with steps towards this goal. It is the time to take up space, to explore, and authentically show up for what lights you up and sparks your passion and aligns with your highest good and the good for the world around you. For deeper clarity on what this moon may mean for you, keep an eye out for my upcoming Blue Moon and Sagittarius meditation and journaling practice. It will be uploaded tomorrow, Friday, Saturday the 30th, just in time for you to practice before peak illumination on the morning of the 31st. Thank you so much for joining me today. Again, I'm Carmen Lilith, aka the Yoga Witch. Dreaming out loud till next time.